name is Quincy Miller, and this is my very first ever budget sound bag. In this video, I'll tour you through it, I'll show you how I use it and what items I use in it and how it helps me, a broke high school student, film minor short films that gets into film festivals. So to start us off, we have my exterior of my audio bag, which is technically not an audio bag. It's technically a DSLR bag that I've transformed into my own audio bag, which is good because this is much cheaper than an Orca bag, which is made specifically for sound, but it's $300, while this Ruggard bag, which is good quality, is just about $50 on Amazon. And it fits everything perfectly in here that I need, and it fits everything I want. Of course, there are these things like the shoulder strap, which is nice to hang around your neck while filming stuff. You usually want easy access to everything right here inside the bag while you're filming with the boom mic and going around recording audio. And then on the side, I put on a D-clamp to where I would put my XLR to XLR or my XLR to 3.5 millimeter to hang right here, and I would hook it up to my digital audio recorder, which is inside here, and my Sennheiser mic, which is at the school. I don't own one, sadly. But yeah, that's everything out here. Then we have the inside of this bag. So if we open this up, this little strap right here. We open this side. It's up here. We got the interior. This is what I'm most proud of, but also, again, it's cheap. It's budget. It has good equipment for very low cost. So to start off, we got a headset, which is just a gaming headset that I don't use anymore, but I use for my audio, and it works. It has a TRS plug in for 3.5 millimeter, which I use just to help record my audio. I've got my most proud thing I have, the Tascam DR-40x. This is my digital audio recorder. This is how I record all my audio. It's awesome. I love it, and I don't think I could ever replace something like this for a long time because it's very useful. It works well. I paid like $150 for this. It's really good. Yeah, and I put it upside down so I can have easy access to XLRs to connect to my receiver and my transmitters, which I'll get to later. And then I have my gloves, and you might be thinking, why do you have gloves in a sound bag? That's so random. And that's a good question. I use it for my boom pole. Like nails, for example, can like click or clack on a boom pole and it will generate noise on it. To help negate that noise, I use these gloves I put on, and it'll generate less noise when I might bump into it on accident or something with my hands. So it's just nice for that purpose. And if we just put that away. Now, to the fun part, the lavaliers. Now, these are not cheap. I'm pretty sure I paid in here like $150 for these as well. They're Comica brand. And you might be wondering, why would you buy a Comica brand instead of buying a Sennheiser G4, or let's say, I know Deity has some good lavaliers. But again, it all comes down to money. I cannot afford those things at the current moment. So I decided to find what was best suited for my current interests, and I found the Comica. And I've used it actually today, and it worked just fine for my, again, small budget student short films. And it works great. Now, I don't think the build quality is the best, but the recording quality is awesome for me, for where I'm at, and that's just amazing. But yeah, this is the receiver, powered on, got some batteries in there, powered on, works good. And then I have two transmitter body packs that I put on my actors whenever I need to. Again, easy access. I've divided them right here, receiver, divider, transmitters. And yeah, that's the first pocket. And then next up here, we have my batteries that I use to power everything. I have EBL rechargeable batteries, again, because I cannot afford to buy Duracell or Energizer batteries every time I want to go shoot somewhere. So I have my rechargeable battery station where I need it, and I use it whenever I need to. I also have AA's, and I've labeled them. It's not very visible on this one. I need to replace the marker ink, but on this one I have them labeled, or it's dead or charged, so used or unused. So it's just easier for me on set to be like, okay, I've already used these batteries, don't use them again, recharge them when I get home. And it just makes everything organized and much easier for me. Little DIY right there. Those. And then in the next pouch down here, we have all the attachments for the lavaliers. So we have the mics themselves, which I'm hoping to replace at some point. Typically, you don't want to use the base mics they give you. I'm hoping to buy some new ones for the body packs, for these transmitter body packs right here. Yeah, these work just fine for me right now, but I'm hoping to replace them soon because I'm sure I can find some really good ones out there for a good budget price, of course. Yeah, I have them wrapped up in a little Velcro zip tie. I have another one right here, same story. I have one right here with the windscreen on it. I typically take the windscreen off if I'm recording a film, but if I'm recording like a little documentary for our school, I'll leave them on and I'll leave them visible just for easy use. In these little pouches right here, I have the dead mice that are used just for them. They're great for that, for wind, like covering wind when necessary. So that's really nice and helpful, but again, only use them for interviews if you're gonna use a dead mice because they look ugly and it's super distracting in a film. It would make no sense. I have my hot shoe right here that I would place on a DSLR of some sorts. If I wanted to put, like, say, this thing, it's threaded right here. I would have to take this part off. But I'm not gonna do that right now. It's too much effort for a video. But I'll just screw, okay. I'll just screw this on right here. Boom. I could put this on top of a DSLR and plug it in with, let's go to here. This 3.5 millimeter to 3.5 millimeter. So I would put this in right here. I just plug this into a DSLR, put the hot shoe on, DSLR, boom. It's all recording audio through the DSLR while I'm recording like something with a boom mic in my digital audio recorder. And it just makes audio recording much easier for me and just, yeah, makes things nice. I also have a bunch of other cords in here. I have a pigtail, or like XLR to 3.5 millimeter if you want the technical term. I also have a USB-C to USB-A charger for these guys in here, so that's also nice. That's pretty much everything for this right here. Put this up. So yeah, that's pretty much all of that in this part of the audio bag. So in total, this entire sound bag probably cost me about $450 to $500. I recommend everything in here. Everything is great. The Tascam is awesome. The body pack transmitter receivers made by Comica, they may seem super cheap, but I think they work great for my level. I don't want to jump over the deep end to Sennheisers or Rode or anything just yet, and they're a great starting point for anyone who wants to get into sound work. I do not recommend these headsets for sound, like recording audio for film. It's not great for it. It's okay, it works just fine for me, but once I get the chance to, I'll probably buy a pair of Sony headphones. I do recommend those are great. I'll probably leave a link to everything in the description for if you want to buy them and build your own like this. Of course, this is just tailored to me. If you can afford something much better than this, I'd suggest that, but I'll put everything in the description. I think it's all great. I'm not sponsored, if you couldn't tell by my 4 subscribers. I'm not sponsored by anything. This just works great for me. I love it. It's awesome. It works great for my sound work on short films at my school I go to. It's everything at my level, and I just love it all. Thank y'all for joining me. This will be my second video on YouTube. but my first one on sound, and it'll probably all be sound forward after this. So I hope y'all enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you did, and if you want to join me on my journey becoming a sound guy, whether it be a sound utility, a boom operator, or if I'm super lucky, a sound mixer in the film industry. So thank y'all for watching. Tune in for next time if you want to see more videos, whether it be about a Tascam breakdown or a tutorial on Comica lavaliers. But yeah, that's it. Thank you all for watching. See ya.